All right, coach, this was a highly requested video about what I do during the first week of my high school volleyball season. I've been a high school volleyball coach for the past 14 years, won 4 state championships as a coach, and I've been doing the same thing every season during the first week of our season. I talked about it on TikTok. It's called Earn the Right. And I had so many coaches saying like, what do you do for Earn the Right? How do I do it? And so I thought I would just create a video where I take you behind the scenes of my first week of the season and what Earn the Right is. So let's get into it. Earn the Right, first of all, is basically a series of challenges. I have 6 that allows my athletes to be uncomfortable. Physically, mentally, as a team. I put them in challenging situations that they have to work their way through. And as they complete challenges, they earn gear. So in our program, we give out like practice shirts, jerseys, backpacks, jackets. And I really want athletes to earn those things. It's a value of our program that everything is earned, not given. And so this is a way to practice that. Now, a thing about Earn the Right, I actually didn't come up with it. My college volleyball coach, shout out to Diane, she had us do Earn the Right every season in college, and I have modified it to fit our high school purposes. But the other reason why I love it is not only do they have to earn things, but they also get uncomfortable and challenge, which is what we want practice to be. We don't want our athletes facing the most mentally tough parts of their training in a competition when the game is on the line and they're serving for game point in a winner to state, loser out situation. By the way, I've been there and we've crumbled too many times. So that's why I incorporate mental training into my program using really simple strategies. And Earn the Right is one of the ways that I can test the mental toughness of my team and test the strategies that I've given them. So if you want to learn the specific strategies that I give my team when it comes to mental strength and toughness, things like the snapback routine, self-talk, how to come back from mistakes faster, how to deal with pressure, all that, go to my free training. It's at coachfreetraining.com and I break it all down for you there. But Earn the Right is a way for me to test the mental toughness of my team. Are they actually using their reset words? Are they actually coming back from their mistakes? Because in Earn the Right, they make a lot of mistakes. So I intentionally put them in this situation that's challenging for them mentally, individually, but also as a team. So they get into, these challenges where they have to work together as a team, and it's frustrating. And it's easy to get mad at your teammates because you're trying to accomplish this goal and maybe somebody keeps messing up. Like, how do you show up as a teammate in that situation? Sound familiar, by the way, because some of you have, situations that happen on the court or the field where like teammates are snapping at each other. I would rather do that in practice than in an actual game when we know it's going to happen, when they're like, we've already done it. We've already been through this. We know how to respond. So Earn the Right just gives a really great way to do that. So what do we actually do? This is volleyball. You can apply it to whatever sport that you coach. Just think of like what your values are, what you want to emphasize, and also what skills are important at the beginning of a season. So the other great thing about Earn the Right is that it starts with individual drills around ball control, and then it leads up to 6-on-6. Okay, so it progresses there. That's the other thing, is that they have to earn the right to practice as a team. They have to nail the fundamentals first. We've got to be really good at passing. We've got to be really good at serve, receive, and free ball passing before we can go fast and, start running an offense and things like that. So we start small. So the first challenge that I have them do is forearm pass to themselves for 3 minutes in a row. Okay, sounds simple, but in my team, they all have to be able to complete it at the same time. So I start the timer, everybody starts passing to themselves. If anyone drops the ball, we go back down to 0. Okay, and we start over. So they keep doing it until they can all cross that finish line at 3 minutes with nobody dropping the ball. Then we move on to setting. So same idea, but setting, overhead passing for 2 minutes in a row. Then we move on to shuttles. So we start to get to small group. That was all individual. When we get through that, we go to small group. So I have on my team of 12, I create 3 teams of 4. So shuttles they're kind of split on either side of the net. 2 people on one side, 2 people on the other. And then they start just by passing. So they pass over the net and then they run to the back of the line. So they run under the net and to the back of the line, and then they pass it over the net. So it's kind of fatiguing, right? They have to like run and, go to the end of the line and things like that. They have to get 20 forearm passes in their group, then 20 sets, then 20 pass to themselves, set over the net. And then they go down to 16, pass themselves or set to themselves, and down ball over the net to their team on the other side. That's where things start to get a little hairy, okay? Because if they mess up at any point in this sequence, they go back down to passing. They got to start at the beginning. So they do that. And then we get to 2-on-2. So when they get to the end of that, it's pass, set, hit over the net. So they're trying to control that ball, and each person needs to get 3 swings. Okay. And I want it to be a nice controlled swing. It doesn't have to be full out, but I don't want them to, just down ball it or just go easy. I want them to have good mechanics and good form. So once they get through that, then they're done with that piece of it. And they complete it as a shuttle group. They don't have to have like all 3 shuttle groups complete at the same time or anything like that. They're now just within their small group. This one can get frustrating because it includes a lot of ball control. There might be somebody who's a little bit weaker when it comes to ball control, and they're the one that keeps kind of messing up. So they really have to work together. Okay. That is challenge 3. Challenge 4 is free ball passing. So we use our free ball system. We do like kind of a butterfly drill to practice this, but they have to get 100 perfect free ball passes in a row. And I know you're like, oh, that sounds like a lot, but honestly, free ball passing is like, we've got to be good at it. The caveat here is I'm actually looking at their form versus their outcome. Okay. So I'm looking at, do they have wrist and hands together, straight and simple platform? Do they face the ball and get to the target? Are all those right? Are they calling mine? And if at any point, and I'm watching this, if at any point they pass and I'm watching just one side of the net and they don't do it, I say no, and we start back over at 0. So they're also, I do have them, I guess I take that back. I don't do it 100 in a row, just 100. Okay. Free ball passes. And then after they do that, we go on to serve, receive, serving and passing, most important, skills in volleyball. So they have to get 103 passes. That's 3 is like in volleyball, that's perfect pass. And it doesn't have to be in a row. They just have to get 103 passes. And so everyone rotates through serve, receive, through the target, and through serving. And if they pass a 3, they get a point. If they pass a 2, it's a wash, just doesn't count for anything. We just move on. However, if they pass a 1 or a 0, then they're in the danger zone, because if they do that again, if we get 2 1s or 0s in a row, then we go back down to 0. Also, if the server misses her serve 2 times in a row, so whether it's the same person 2 times in a row, or like I serve and then the person next behind me serves and they miss, also we go back down to 0. Now they get benchmarks, so every 25 they get to lock that in, but that one typically takes the longest. And then the last one is a 6-on-6 drill. So we call it bucket of balls. Again, this came from Diane, but I modified it a little bit. They have 6 balls in a bucket. They only have those 6 to complete this drill. It's timed, so we're in a 6-on-6. We're practicing our defensive systems. And it's outside hitter versus outside hitter. So we set the outside every single time. She has to swing and hit the ball over. Our defense has to dig it up, set the outside on the other side of the net, and that outside needs to hit over. So it's cooperative. We have to keep the ball alive for that full 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we go to the middles, same thing. Then we go to the opposites, same thing. And then we go back row attacks, same thing. Now, if they drop the ball or mess up at any time in that, then we throw a new ball in, but they only have 6 balls. So only 6 chances to complete that full 8 minutes. And that is earn the right. Okay. It typically takes, we do tryouts for the first 2 days. And then it typically takes the next 3 practices to get through all of earn the right. But the really great thing is that they get a ton of reps as well. This is not wasted time. They're getting individual reps. They're getting ball control reps. They're getting free ball passing reps, serve, receive reps, 6-on-6 defensive drills. They get it all, and I can give a ton of feedback as well as a coach. So it's very intentional, while also putting them in challenging situations that they have to work through. At the end, they feel like they've just won state. They're like, oh, that's amazing. And so it's also a really cool way to start off your season. So that, my friends, is earn the right. If you want more information on how you can build your team's mental game so that they can do challenges like this without breaking down and, imploding on you, then check out our free training at coachbretraining.com. That's where I teach all of those skills. I'll see you there.